Hey everyone, it's Audrey again. Been getting a lot of views and no comments, but on my Facebook page I have been giving me courage. Well, I'm not doing it just for me, but for everybody, like in my family that knows about it and that has, their own thing going on. I love you all, you guys. And it scares me seeing some of the people that I care about going down the same path I went down, and I don't want that what happened to me and what is happening to me to happen to them. And I'm just, I don't know. I'm feeling okay. I'm still at 20 milligrams. I'm holding off right now. It's called leveling out until I feel better, because I am feeling a little bit with the withdrawal symptoms, and with going to the methadone clinic, that's what the whole point is, that you don't go through withdrawals, or not as bad. So I'm just leveling out. I still don't get very much sleep. I'm used to having, anywhere between, 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and I've been getting maybe 2 to 3. But last night I actually did sleep pretty good. I got about 5. So my body's starting to get used to the 20 milligrams. But I'll tell you how I went down. When I was at 170, I started going down 5 milligrams every other day. Which, they don't advise it, but with me being at such a high dose, it didn't bother me at all. I didn't even start feeling anything until I actually got down to about 40 milligrams. So that was what? I went down 120 milligrams, and I didn't feel nothing. So that right there, tells you that, I probably shouldn't have been on that high of dose, but that's one thing that, places like that do. They get you on a high dose so that you stay there longer, so they keep getting the money, unfortunately. That's how the world is right now. Everything's money. Like I said, I went down. I didn't do the whole, 5 milligrams each week or every other day for them. I got to, I don't remember, I think 115, and then I stopped. I held out to level out, even though I wasn't feeling I wasn't feeling bad. I just wanted to not keep going down and let myself get feeling bad. But once I was only there maybe a week, 2 weeks at the most, and then I started going down to every other day. No, excuse me. At that time, they actually messed up. I was supposed to go down to every other day, but they had me going down to every day. So I did that for about a week and a half, and then I stopped, leveled out again. I can't remember the dosages exactly, but then this last time that I was at 42 milligrams, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go down, for a week. And so then I made them stop me at 20. Oh no, excuse me, I was 40. I don't know, whatever, but I'm at 20 now. So at first it all caught up, the 20 milligrams that I went down, it all caught up to me at once. I was feeling very weak, very tired, very not wanting to do anything, very aggravated, very depressed, very anxious. Couldn't sleep at all. My mind, I've had migraines to begin with, and my migraines were getting worse, and I just, you know, I had to stop myself at 20. I could have kept going. If I would have kept going, the rate I would have been going at is I would have been off at the end of July, completely off. But there is no way that my body or myself would be able to handle that. You know, my body or my mind. Let alone, you know, my husband or my daughter or my family have to put up with me. So, like I said, I'm doing a lot better today. I'll get into a little bit about, you know, my anxiety and all that stuff. Ever since I was little, I've always had anxiety problems. I mean, as long as I can remember. I don't like big crowds. I'm a little agoraphobic, which means I don't like to go out. I rather be at home where I feel safe, you know, because I'm always it's not necessarily paranoid, but I'm always, you know, thinking that people are like looking at me, judging me, you know, that they can read me, you know, see my inside my soul, you know, see me. And I've always been like that. It runs in the family. And so again, it's just one of those things that, you know, I gotta learn how to live with. And so I'm trying. But I get really, really bad anxiety attacks. When I was actually 16 or 17, I don't remember exactly. I actually had such a severe one that I went to bed and I had it during my sleep, that I woke up and I thought I was paralyzed. I could not move. I was living at home then, and my parents, you know, called 911 because they didn't know what was going on. I mean, I could still breathe and, you know, stuff like that. I could, you know, I could talk a little bit, but not very much. But I could not move my body at all, and it really scared me. Went for a bunch of tests and all that stuff, and they're just like, it has some really long name, and it's a form of anxiety that your body does because you have such a bad anxiety attack that your body just like stops to repair itself. Kind of like seizures, you know, after you have a seizure and you go to, most people, you know, go to sleep, it's your body's way of repairing. How I know that is because my husband has seizures. And anyway, my anxiety has not gotten any better with age. I was on, from the time I was 13, I'd say, until I was 18, until I got pregnant. I was on some kind of benzo, Xanax or Klonopin, those kind of things. Then, like I said, whenever actually right before I got pregnant with my daughter, right after I graduated high school, I got Baker acted, which down here in Florida, that's where you are suicidal and they put you in a psychiatric hospital. When I was there, they took me off my Xanax and they put me on some other stuff that it made me a zombie, like a walking zombie. Like, I couldn't do anything. I just stand there freaking couldn't think straight. My mind was all, you know, groggy, but I needed to get out. Then I had to tell him I was okay, everything. So as soon as I got out of there, I quit taking that medicine, and it miraculously, I went back to normal. Well, I wouldn't say normal, but I wasn't like, just, I was more myself. But I ended up seeing another doctor, and he put me on Klonopins, and I was on those up until I got pregnant. And then I quit. And then, you know, like I said before, I got off everything when I was pregnant. I was not on anything except for Zoloft for my depression, because pregnancy, as everybody, well, as females know that have ever been pregnant, can make depression worse. So after I had my daughter, I ended up being able to get back on the Klonopins, and they do help me. They help me a lot. I don't get all messed up on them. I don't get all, you know, where I can't function, where I can't, you know, do anything. They make me feel normal. They make me be able to go out, be able to talk to people, be able to just do normal everyday things. That was, like I said before, one of the things for me to be able to go back to the methadone clinic is I had to be off my benzos. Because, unfortunately, benzos and opiates in general are really, really bad for you. They can actually cause you to quit breathing, and you could die. Simple as that. So even though I've never had a benzo addiction problem, like I could, it didn't bother me if I didn't have them, like for body wise, for like withdrawals or anything like that. I had to choose between the benzos and the methadone, and at that time I needed the methadone. So I haven't been on benzos for the last 3 years, and it's not, my anxiety's just getting worse and worse and worse, and sometimes I can't function. A lot of times I can't function unless it takes a lot for me to be able to do it. A lot. But there's nothing yet I can do. My insurance is getting ready to change as July 1st, so hopefully my new primary care doctor will be able to help me, because I go to this place called the Harbor, and unfortunately, because of me being on the methadone and because of some other factors, they won't even consider me going on them, because their reasoning is because I had an addiction problem in the past, even though it had nothing to do with the benzos. It was all opiates. I've never been addicted to anything else. Well, excuse me, cigarettes. But I've never, been a big drinker. I've never, been, big into the cocaine, into meth, anything like that. It's never been a problem for me. Just the opiates. I think it's because I already had the chemical imbalance in my brain, and so the pills were like a taper, helped me get over the stuff, get over my past, which I'll go into later. And sorry. I wish I could deal with my anxiety, without medications. I've tried the breathing, I've tried, doing therapy, yoga, all that stuff, and when you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, no matter what you do, nothing is going to help. An imbalance is an imbalance. I've tried everything, it just doesn't work. So, like I said, hopefully whenever I'm able to see my new doctor, he'll be able to help me in that aspect. And so I just, want everybody to know that, it's not that, yes, it's not that I want to get on something else as like a crutch to get off the opiates, but I want to be able to feel normal completely around, where I'm not afraid to do things. Like, there's the feeling normal where I'm not sick and throwing up and get the diarrhea and get, just really mad and irritated and all that stuff because of coming off the opiates or the methadone. I want to be, after that, I want to be able to feel normal to where I'm not afraid to go outside and, go to wherever without being all anxious and scared. Just like 3-4 days ago, I was just watching TV, and all of a sudden freaking I had an anxiety attack where I had to literally get up and I had to move around because I thought I was gonna die. It feels, your heart starts freaking going outrageous, your breathing gets real shallow, you feel like you're gonna pass out, freaking get tunnel vision, freaking it's a horrible feeling. It's like, it's the fight or flight. That's exactly what it is, but it happens for no reason. It's actually called a panic attack. And I get those regularly. At least twice a week. And I don't like them. But right now, there's nothing I can really do about them. I can't stop them from happening. It's not something I can say, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to make myself have an anxiety attack. Or I'm not going to have it. You know, but I'm trying to, you know, make myself better. And I wish that people would understand that I'm doing these, you know, I know, like my family, I don't know if they're supportive of me. I don't know what they think of me. I know a lot of them will say one thing and then really, like, to my face, and then say other things behind my back. It's not just family, it's friends too. It's everybody. But really, I don't care. I'm doing this for me and for my immediate family here, my daughter, my husband. If you guys can't accept me for me, then what's the point of being family? Sorry that I'm not an alcoholic. I know if I was, I'd be more accepted. I know that if I never said anything at all about my problem and just let it go and just did it on my own, there would be no problem. Nobody would say anything. They would just think, oh, it's larger. Oh well. But I see my younger families, cousins, you know, nieces, nephews, you know, all that. Well, not, you know, just doing stuff that I did when I was younger, and I don't want them, I'm not saying they are going down the same path that I was, because, you know, they're not, but I see them doing stuff that I did that led me to the opiates, and it really scares me because I don't want them to go through what I'm going through. I'm trying to get them to see that just because somebody offers you the pill, you have to have the strength to say no. No matter what it is. You can be addicted to benzos. You could be addicted to anything. But you gotta say no. And right now, I know benzos are really big. And, you know, Valium, Xanax, Klonopin, Ativan, you know, all of them are really big. You just gotta be careful. Anything you put too much in your body, that, especially if you don't need it, if you don't have an anxiety problem, don't take them. It will hurt you in the end. You will never be able to get that first high like you did the first time you ever took anything. You'll never be able to get that feeling back, no matter how many you do. And then you'll sit there and you'll keep trying and trying and trying, and then before you'll know it, you'll either be addicted or overdosed or dead, and you won't even realize it. So again, I love everybody, and I just don't want people to go down the same road as me. I started my addiction when I was 22, and now I'm 30. And I know there's younger people out there who started before that, and it really scares me. Down here where I live, at one hospital, when I was having a bad anxiety attack, I went there just probably about 2-3 months ago. At the hospital, just while I was there for the short amount of time, I was only there for maybe an hour, 4 overdoses came in. The nurse told me that at just that one hospital, There's over 70 overdoses a day. And that's just that one hospital. And I know what it's like to see somebody overdose. I know what it's like to feel the pain when you see a loved one almost, die. Or do die and then come back. It's not nice. And I see the pain of knowing that I could have had that. I could have done that to myself. That could have happened to me where my family would have felt that way. And I don't want to do that. That's why I started to get help. And I don't want anybody else to do that. Because when you're addicted to stuff, it's not just you. Yeah, you might be the only one who's taking the pill or drinking the drink or whatever. But you gotta look at who you're affecting. If you have kids, you are affecting your kids no matter what you think. They watch you. They see everything you do. Even when you think they don't, they do. They know if mommy or daddy's messed up. They know if mommy or daddy's not acting right and something's wrong. They're going to start putting 2 and 2 together. You have that drink. Friend, you have, that beer, or you have that pill. They're going to realize, hey, they take that pill, they feel happy. And then you never know, friend, they might end up. And you don't want that. I know nobody wants that. So just watch what you do and try not to even start it. If I could go back and never start, I would. For myself, for my family, for my daughter. I can't go back in time. So all I can do is do better for the future. Make myself better for the future. And just please, think about what you're doing. Think about who you're affecting. Because it's not just you, even when you think it's you. And a functioning addict is, just because you're functioning doesn't mean you're living. Whenever I was fully into pills, I felt just like a shell. I felt like nothing. I was a void. I was just here walking. So, I love you all. And I'll see you next time. Bye.